LinkedIn is probably the most important piece of digital real estate you have for your professional brand. And if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you need to get one. And if you have one, you have to think about what recruiters and potential employers think when they see your profile. It's like your online resume and first impression all rolled up into one. So what does your profile say about you? Let's dive in. Your profile picture is one of the first things that anyone notices when they visit your LinkedIn profile. In fact, if they see your name on a list that maybe LinkedIn recommends, they see it there too in a list format along with your headline, which we'll talk about in a moment. But again, it's the first thing they see. So make sure it presents you in a presentable and an approachable manner. Choose a high quality, well-lit photo where you're dressed appropriately for your industry. A friendly smile can help create a positive first impression and make you appear more approachable. Now, if you don't have any good professional high quality photos, I'd recommend you find some local photographer to do headshots for you. Or even for a lot less money, you can have AI do it for you. One that I used most recently and liked is PicStudio.ai. And you can feel free after this video, watch that video where I talk about my experience with that platform and the results that it got me. And I'll include the link down below. Now, your headline is what people see immediately after your profile picture. This is the same as your virtual handshake. A boring generic headline like student at XYZ University or professional seeking new opportunities isn't going to do you many favors. Instead, craft a headline that showcases your skills and experience, interests, and ultimately what you bring to the table. For example, you can include something like marketing strategist, driving brand awareness and engagement, or software engineer specializing in Python and Java development. This gives potential employers and recruiters a clear idea of who you are and what you do. If you're a job seeker, you'll want to include keywords that are relevant to the roles you are seeking. Incorporating these keywords can help your profile stand out and rank better in search when recruiters are looking for candidates to fill a certain role with a certain skill set. And if you want to experiment a little bit, consider adding a touch of personality to the headline and the description. For instance, you could say something like creative marketing strategist, passionate about driving brand success, or innovative software engineer, expert in Python and Java development. Of course, when you add those descriptors, you'll want to have the substance and the experience to back that up. Which brings us to the summary. Think of your summary as your elevator pitch. A concise, compelling introduction that makes people want to learn more about you. Use this section to highlight your background, your expertise, your achievements, as well as your aspirations. And don't just list your job duties. Instead, focus on the impact you've made and the value that you can bring to organizations. And also, your summary should be written in the first person because you want to make a little bit more of a personal connection with the reader. Start with a strong opening statement that captures your professional essence. For example, I am a dedicated marketing strategist with over 10 years of experience in driving brand awareness and engagement through innovative campaigns. Follow this with a brief overview of your career journey, highlighting key achievements and skills. Also, be sure to include any relevant certifications, awards, or recognitions that set you apart from other candidates. And finally, end your summary with a call to action, inviting readers to connect with you or learn more about your work. For example, you could write something like, I am always open to new opportunities and collaborations. Feel free to reach out to discuss how I can contribute to your organization's success. Now, your experience section is where you go into quite a bit more detail on your career journey and your achievements. And just like the advice that I give for resumes, don't just list job titles and responsibilities. You want to add a little bit more detail to provide context and add quantifiable results that you've driven. For example, instead of saying managed social media campaigns, you could say developed and executed social media campaigns that increased brand engagement by 35% and drove a 20% increase in website traffic. When detailing your experiences, make sure to use bullet points so you can make it easy for the reader to read and digest. Start each bullet point with a strong action verb, such as led, implemented, designed, or achieved. This helps convey a proactive approach to everything that you do and the impact of your contributions. Now, as I alluded to, this section is going to read quite a bit like your resume. In fact, I recommend that whatever it is you have on your resume should come from your LinkedIn profile. Make sure all the facts, figures, and timelines match up. And also, especially if you're a job seeker, you'll want to tailor your experiences to the roles that you're interested in pursuing. Highlight the skills and achievements that are most relevant to your desired career path. If you are transitioning to a new role or even a new industry, focus on transferable skills and experiences that demonstrate your ability to succeed in a new position. Now, the skills section of your LinkedIn profile is critical to better highlight your skills and expertise. This is in some way another way to add keywords to your profile for the skills that are relevant to your desired career path. And then also having endorsements from colleagues, former managers, and former clients can add credibility to your skills and your overall profile. And don't be shy about asking people for their endorsement, especially if you've provided a lot of value to them, if you had a good relationship, a good experience with them working together. And if they endorse you, also make sure to pay that back as well, especially if you had a good working relationship, you had a good experience working with that person. This is a way to build goodwill and continue to develop the network that you have. Now, your education section should include obviously details about your education background. You'll want to list any kind of institutions or universities that you attended, the degrees or certifications that you might have earned, as well as any honors, awards, or distinctions that you might have received. And if you've completed any kind of relevant coursework or projects, consider including these as well to add a little bit more context around your experience. And one thing I highly recommend to everyone is continuous learning. You want to be able to showcase to other people that you have an aptitude and a willingness to develop and to continue to learn and challenge yourself. And that's going to be a positive signal to potential employers. Now, having the profile is great, but it's a starting point. The real value of LinkedIn is, of course, having the profile, but also the networking. Building and maintaining a strong professional network is going to be probably the most important factor in your career growth and success. Fortunately, LinkedIn provides many opportunities to engage, anything from posting your own written articles, sharing your thoughts in a post about maybe something someone else had written, speaking with people directly, posting on their content, and then of course, messaging people directly and connecting with them. You may also consider joining some LinkedIn groups that are relevant to your industry, and this allows you an opportunity to stay connected to the trends within the industry. This provides you an opportunity to stay connected with like-minded individuals, and it also helps you stay informed about the latest trends and opportunities there are in the job market. The more you actively participate in these groups or on LinkedIn in general, the better opportunities you have of being discovered. And as you're networking, you are going to want to keep your LinkedIn profile up to date. And one update that I always recommend, as I mentioned earlier, but I'll reinforce it here, is posting when you earn a new certificate or certification, some kind of achievement. Now, admittedly, it's very self-promotional, but it generally gets a ton of engagement, a ton of likes, hearts, applause, all the good stuff. And when you think about it, there's gonna be no one that does a better job of promoting you than you. And if you want some good options on certificates you can earn that's going to help give you an edge in the job market, make sure to check out my other content where I talk about some of my favorite online learning platforms like Coursera. Learn on your own time for a tiny fraction of the cost of a full-time degree. With that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around.